Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football's back, which means NFL Afters is back. I am Laurie Horesh hitting high notes. That is
Jimmy hitting even higher notes.
Oh, wow. And guess what we got?
We got a couch.
We have a couch. Yes, indeed.
This is proper Afters territory.
Yeah,
I think people really enjoyed the show last year.
Yeah.
It is your mum's favourite NFL podcast.
Certainly is.
But it lacked a certain je ne sais quoi when it comes to an Afters feel.
Well, when we talked about the aesthetic for the show, which is exactly what people want to hear about, it was bleary, tired, washed out concrete energy after watching too much football, not that there is such a thing, on a Monday. And it felt like we were, the attitude certainly matched it, but perhaps the office chair and the desk wasn't quite there. Now, a well-worn-in leather couch that could very well have hosted kick-ons at some point.
Yeah.
That matches. Not only do we have a couch, but we have a ball. This is the talking ball.
Yeah.
This is for ball talkers to talk ball with.
Yeah, we're not allowed to speak unless you have the ball.
Yeah.
And when I'm finished speaking.
Yeah. It's like the feelings stick at the.
What is that from?
Yeah, that's progressive,
like
independent private schools where you share your emotions.
We had sticks at Gundawindi State High.
Oh,
Maybe not feeling sticks.
Let's get back to the fact that football is back. It has been I wouldn't say a long off season. When you have a FIFA World Cup, it tends to clog up the airwaves a bit. It certainly makes things go faster in a beautiful way, but we are racing up to week 1. That also means we're racing up to that little game at the MCG.
Melbourne.
Oh, yeah. We'll touch on our plans for the Melbourne Game week in a little bit. But look, football's back. And I guess we're welcoming everyone back in. This is the People's Show. But Jimmy, over the summer break, the American summer break, the winter break for us, what did you get up to? Did you find any new hobbies? Dive into anything?
I can't remember if I told you this. And then I was like, what do I do? Because I love a side quest and I love doing something strange.
Uh-huh.
But then because you do so many strange things, nothing seems strange. You know what I mean?
So not so stranger things.
So I asked my partner, I'm like, what did I do? What do you think's the most interesting? I've had to pick one. And she's like, you acted in a short film.
Wow.
I went, oh, yeah, that's probably, I've never done any acting. Did I tell you that?
I know that you were in a short film. I didn't know that you'd never done acting before. That would surprise me. I could see you crushing it in drama school.
Yeah, well, drama, again, wasn't offered at Gundawindi State High.
It was offered at International Grammar School, but they're also ready for it? This is the earliest privileges coming into this.
Yeah.
In the drama space where drama was held, in the annex building, there was...
You guys got multiple buildings?
There was an elevator at the back of the drama space.
Yeah.
And I used to, in the middle of drama, I used to sneak out the back of drama, elevator, down to ground floor, found PE that was going on. The other PE class of my age, my year group, found that was going on in the gym, snuck straight in there and got some shots up. Because
we didn't get offered it, but I think like you're in a public school, it has to be offered in some capacity.
Sure.
So there was this like, it was school holidays, but it was a free trip to Brisbane. My school put me forward because they were like, you're pretty performative, you might like this. And it was with like NIDA or whatever. So they welcomed all these regional kids. I think it's from around Australia. And they went, we're going to give you this like 2-week course on like drama and stuff if you want to get into it. And I did crush it. I was great.
Yeah.
But I did get in trouble because I did sneak out at one stage because it was in Brisbane. I went down to the local servo to get a pack of cigarettes.
Now that is Afters energy right there.
That is.
All right, so you acted in a film.
Yeah, shout out Jordan Hunter wrote it, who plays in the NBL. When it's St Mary's, plays South East, West, Melbourne Phoenix. They've got too many. Just be Melbourne Phoenix, guys. What do you need that many directions in a name? Or be like the Redcliffe Dolphins in rugby league. Just get rid of your location.
You've mentioned a lot of sports that aren't NFL.
We're going to get to NFL. You know what's funny? I was thinking this season before we started, I'm like, you know what, this season we're going to get into the podcast because I've been watching too many other podcasts where they waffle about stuff. And
now we're going to get in.
We'll put a time code or something up where it's like where the actual NFL stuff starts.
Any other milestones celebrated perhaps recently that were shared on social media?
Goose, who featured in NFL Afters last year. We celebrated his first birthday yesterday.
So dog birthday parties.
At the park.
Did you...
Yeah.
Where do you rank...
We don't have a human child.
Where do you rank dog birthday parties on the pride scale to like, gender reveal parties?
I mean... I think, we knew he was a boy when they sent it to us.
Yeah, well, sure.
Because we're not there with the dog. They go, here's your boy. You want a boy or a girl?
Did you ever imagine yourself as someone throwing a dog birthday party?
No, I didn't, but the missus wanted to do it. And whatever makes it. She made a cake, mate. She made a cake from, like, this, like, it's dog approved. And instead of icing on it. So it's It's basically just a cake without like sugar and stuff, like damper. I would say the consistency is if you had damper, and they can't have icing because they can't have sugar.
Sure.
So it's mashed potato
Right.
as icing, and then you put the mashed potato on like a pipette thing, so you can do all the decorating and stuff. Safe to say, one of my mates came, and they were all Charlotte's girlfriends. So there would have been about like 22 girls to one bloke.
I'd like
and
to
then
say...
one of my other mates didn't even come to the park because we went to the pub after, and he goes, I refused to come to a dog's first birthday at the park. He goes, I'll meet you at the pub.
I'd just like to congratulate you. I have mentioned the drama space at my school and the fact there was an elevator in it and you still wrestled the privilege mantle off me with a dog birthday party in Sydney's eastern suburbs. Congratulations. While we're on things that we look after, I got to say, I had one of just the most... I've been get back into football, been doing study, doing some pieces, articles, all sorts of stuff, ramping up towards week one, ramping up towards the show being back. And I had a footballing moment that is up there, top 3, might be top 1. Not that I've had a lot of amazing fandom moments.
Okay, yeah.
Obviously been lucky enough to go to training camps and Super Bowls, which are absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Being taught how to tailgate at a Cowboys game, that was beautiful. But was driving on Saturday morning, going to get some coffees. Had Charlie in the back, my little boy. And it was about 11 o'clock in the morning.
And by the way, he never celebrates Charlie's birthday. As a human child, never threw the first birthday.
And he just goes, hey, Dad, wait. I go, what's up, mate? He goes, isn't there football on? I'm like, you mean the preseason football? Yeah. And he goes, yeah. Can we go home and watch it? I could have... the fact that I kept the car on the road is an absolute miracle. I'm almost crying thinking about it. It was... My heart was the size of an elephant's. It was absolute. I hope not, but it was. I was so happy, proud. It was just the best. We went home. He's not feeling well. He just wanted to cuddle up on the couch. We went home, set the couch up, moved the ottoman so it made a couch island. Yeah. Tucked in, cuddled up, and we watched about 6 minis back to back, and him just absolutely gorging on football. Cowboys weren't even playing. Maybe that was better.
Yeah, I mean that's.
But it was. I was like, not only is football back, but this is about as good as it bloody gets. It was. I felt all the things.
I don't want to pull at the thread, but yes, we will. Is Charlie? Is he a fan of football, or he just knows he won't see his dad for 6 months if he doesn't invest?
Getting he's trying to log hours.
Yeah. He's log hours in. He's like, I really enjoy the off season because I've seen my father again.
He watched. Camden Brown, who had the 2 amazing touchdown grabs for the Cowboys in the Seahawks preseason game yesterday, he was watching that game, and he was stunned to hear that he was in his early 20s, and then we left that game, turned it off, went on to something else, and Leash, my wife, comes out from taking care of far more important things, and he looks at Mum and goes, he looks at Leash and goes, "Oh, Mum, you know Camden Brown, right?" She's like, "No, dear. I don't know who Camden Brown is," but it started. The takeover is happening. We have a fully fledged NFL Nuffy brewing in the household, and I couldn't be happier. Now, before we dive into how we're going to welcome people back, little breaking news today. Those Dallas Cowboys made a signing.
Yeah, Von Miller.
Von Miller, age 37.
The ghost of Von Miller.
Wait, he had nearly double-digit sacks last season, which probably would have led the Cowboys. Yeah. The Cowboys' best defensive player was Jadeveon Clowney last year. He's now back at Houston.
He's back at Texans, yeah.
So Von Miller going to the Cowboys.
What are your thoughts?
I think that from a pass rush technician standpoint, great mentor for Malachi Lawrence, Donovan Ezraku, to help bring their refinement, tricks of the trade, all the incredible nuance towards pass rushing that he's shown. I think he can give you some juice off the edge, situational pass rusher. Does it push them into Super Bowl contender status? No. Is it like signing or trading for Max Crosby? No. But it makes a lot of sense. And Von had been posting about being in Dallas and AI pictures of him in Cowboys uniforms for weeks. So clearly a happy homecoming for a Dallas native for Von. But it's a nice bit of spice from the Cowboys just rolling our way through preseason.
I think that's really we were saying this before the pod started. It's people underestimate having a older head who's won stuff and done things, but also who wants to contribute in that way and understands I'm not the player I was, but I can impart wisdom and I can be part of something. I think it's a good signing.
And
does it make you Super Bowl contenders? No.
It's a full circle moment because obviously, when Von was, in his young prime in Denver, he had, from Dallas, he had DeMarcus Ware head over to the Denver Broncos and help bring him along and help him with the maturity in his game. And now Von Miller heads the other way. It's been a while since he's been in Denver, but he heads back the other way, finding his way to Dallas to mentor the young pass rushers they got there.
One stage in his life, your son will be a podcaster, and then he will mentor that, and he will pass that on. You've passed on to him.
Whatever he does will be far more impressive than anything I have offered up in my 37, soon to be 38 years.
Hey, you got time? you could be on the Cowboys.
Excuse me. I see where this is going. But before we dive into how we're going to frame this, and we're going to get into a fun little draft, because we like a little fun little draft, to welcome everybody back in, to folks who have been glued to the NFL news over the offseason, or perhaps have tuned out, watched a bunch of different other sport, and are making their way back in just in time for fantasy draft season and the season proper getting underway. We'll find a way to bring you up to date on the narratives that are across the league. But Melbourne. The MCG game, 49ers taking on the Rams. 49ers going to get here, if you didn't hear, about a week or so ahead of the game, and the Rams turning up a juicy 24 to 36 hours, perhaps, ahead of kickoff, as they did in London. Plenty of thoughts being thrown around about that.
One of my favourite things now is, in this digital age, is you don't need to just post good content. You can do a good comment. And on the ESPN account, I think mine's at 50,000 or something, because all these people are complaining, and I was like, could be worse. They could arrive after the game. Because the post was they're going to arrive the day before, and it's doing well. Still nice. I said, if you like this comment, you'll love NFL Afters.
Absolutely. Tune on in. Thank you for helping the algorithm. But look, Melbourne week is going to be fantastic. We got the Jonas Brothers as halftime entertainment, which strategically makes a bunch of sense from the NFL standpoint. Yeah. Are they at the top of your Spotify playlist, Jimmy?
No, they're not at the top of my Spotify
Neither
playlist.
here. But I get it, right? American eyeballs, crossing different generations, entertainment sphere, pop culture sphere.
And also, there's very few artists that will ever get to play 100,000, 110,000 things. So, maybe not everyone will be paying attention. I'll be having a drink or two, but the opportunity. Yeah. There was a lot of people that would have put their hand up to play that gig.
And we want this game, whether you're a Jonas Brothers fan or not, you want this game as an Australian to succeed. We want to see the NFL out here. The deal is a 2-1, for Melbourne, and then hopefully we see the games coming down regularly. But you want this to succeed, and a big part of that is American eyeballs and making sure viewership works. Yeah. The time zone is good for America. It's prime time on a Thursday night. Having someone that, again, is at the Jonas Brothers at the cultural zeitgeist of the Australian sports lover or the Australian, person aged this to this bracket or whatever. Perhaps not. They'll appeal to some Aussies for sure, but they will appeal to a massive amount of Americans tuning in. It's a version of the Super Bowl halftime show thinking.
But I'd say as well, probably the majority of Aussies there will be Melburnians because they don't have to travel.
Sure.
But they're used to it. I think there's plenty of times where the AFL has put on theirs is pre-game, but it hasn't there's not a huge Venn diagram of Katy Perry fans and AFL fans or Meatloaf that one time. Maybe there's more, I don't know.
And then, during the week as well, if you want to rock out to Chemical Heart, that'll be on offer from Grinspoon. And then Saturday, Sneaky Saturday, Sneaky Sound System. Take me back to the mid-2000s when the Cross was a thing.
Take me back to Hugo's at the Cross.
Oh, Sneaky on Sundays.
Sunday night. Ooh. Sunday night. Oh.
So plenty on offer there. But for us that week, and this is the real thing we want to talk about, we've got a bunch of shows that week. We're going to be set up in Fed Square. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, fancy. A great spot to watch sport.
We'll have a spot, a stage, a set amongst the people, for the people. We are the people show. Yeah. We'll be going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be doing an extra long episode, which will be a live stream watch along for the season opener of the whole regular season, not the Aussie side of things. The Patriots are playing the Seahawks. Don't know if you've heard of those two teams. Played a little bit ago in San Francisco. So we'll be watching along there. We'll have some voices, some friends of the show join us for that one. We'll be having an absolute ball there at a packed out Fed Square with people watching along. So come on down for that one. And then Friday, we're up to shenanigans. The key piece of our Friday, we'll have some Friday early morning content, but the one to watch, the key piece there is the after the game. Yeah. Right after the game, we'll be breaking it down, and we currently have 2 working locations we'll be doing that from. Either Combox at the MCG, heralded Comboxes. Yeah. I mean, very, very lucky to be finding ourselves here. Or even down on the pitch.
Touching grass
at the MCG.
Touch ground.
Yeah, we know George Kittle would love to be touching grass every week of the season, as are many other NFL players. There's a storyline from the offseason. Yeah. So we will be breaking it down from right at the end of the fixture as the Rams or the 49ers. It won't be and the 49ers. One of them walks off victorious. And I'm sure we'll have some thoughts about whether travel works best a week ahead of time or 24 hours at a time.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of great stories to come out of it. People will be writing stuff ahead of time, hoping certain things.
Think pieces. You ready for think
yeah.
piece season?
I don't like to think. That's why I got the robots. This season's brought to you by ChatGPT.
This season is not brought to you by ChatGPT. It's very early for you to be bringing up robots. I have not enjoyed this off-season of AI slop.
I know, there's a lot of AI slop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that you will not find that on this podcast. Won't
No.
make any comments about any other podcast.
You may find slop, but that is human-made slop from two little piggies.
Authentic afters piggy slop.
What happened to humans making just really bad stuff?
While we're talking about humans making bad stuff, including bad decisions, I get to draft against you now. Want to introduce you guys to how we're going to bring you into the fold, or...
This is where the NFL starts. Start the time code.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we're recording now, Dan.
Recording!
So... we're going to do a narrative draft, an off-season narrative, because you know at this time this bloke's in the best shape of his career. This coach has completely training house is down. Shout out, kick it forward, fellas. What's up, Josh Garlop? All that stuff that it's a drumbeat is building. You have to monitor this. You have to monitor this. Oh my God, I've never seen this condition of this. Is this substation causing more injuries? All these narratives, we're going to draft them each 5 picks. I'm going to bequeath the first one. We're just going to go alternate pick. No need for snake with this. You're going to get the first pick, and we're going to draft the off-season narratives that we are buying into, that you should sink your teeth into. These are the ones we think have merit and will carry into the season proper. So with that, I will hand over the selection dais.
I'm on the clock.
You are on the clock. Jimmy Smith, who are you taking in the NFL off-season narrative draft brought to you by NFL Afters?
Now, we don't know each other's takes or what we're doing or anything.
Certainly
so this will
not.
Be a surprise.
We barely know each other's names.
To each other. I will. Can I ask you one thing, though, just before I pick?
Yeah.
You mentioned it briefly there. Are you going to do a grass take? Is that on the board? Or
no lawn takes. For those
that don't know,
no lawn
Laurie
takes.
is the lawn man.
There'll be plenty of lawn takes coming up.
I was just going to be like, you were like, I'm all in on grass.
Yeah.
They play at the MCG. It should be played everywhere. I was like, Laurie, you can't start the show.
Can't start with lawn takes.
That's why I was like, I was worried you gave me the first pick.
No.
So at number 2, you could be like,
but giving
grass.
you the first pick, that means that you'll have the odd numbered picks. And I just want to say, because of that, out of respect, you won't actually have pick 5. Out of respect to Jaden Daniels, it'll just jump from pick 4 to 6. So yeah, there'll be no pick 5. So just want to make sure legally we're covered.
Yeah,
no pick 5.
Jaden's people to come after us.
There'll be no pick 5.
I can't remember who it was, and someone was like, they're like, Joe Burrow's thoughts on it. Like, that was the thing. And I clicked on it, and it's like, Joe, what do you think? And he's like, don't know.
Don't know, man.
Yeah.
Ask me about Pokemon again.
I was like, what else is... All right, I am all in with number 1 of these off-season 26, 27 storylines for the NFL. Mm-hmm. I'm all in on the Rams to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, here we go. Righto.
I'm all in on this super team.
Okay.
I can't be wrong 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. So I'm also going to say that Stafford gets injured this year. I said that last year.
What do you got against him?
I like him. You said he's a great guy, but I'm just going to go all in. They win the Super Bowl. They win the thing. Stafford gets injured at some point. So they're going to win it with Ty Simpson. Yep. He's going to be the starting quarterback in the Super Bowl, which is at SoFi.
Correct. SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles.
They're going to win this home Super Bowl.
With Ty Simpson.
With Ty Simpson, I mean, it's going to be a late injury. It's going to be maybe in the playoffs somewhere towards the end of the season. Mm-hmm. And not just that, you and I have said this many times, the eye test for the time that Laurie and I have been around, Aaron Donald is probably the best player that we've seen play.
Correct.
And I am all in, and at the end of the day, I am excited to watch great people play football, and he is one of the greats, the GOATs.
Worked out again for the Rams today.
Worked out again today.
Somehow looks faster than he did a few years ago.
They put those, if you haven't seen it, they put clips side by side of him last time, doing the same drills when he was playing, and now he looks unbelievable. Obviously, we won't know until, again, it's got to pass the eye test. We've got to see it. But I am all in on this team. Again, I thought I'd start off with it because they are the team playing in Melbourne. Rams to win it all. I don't want Steph to be injured, by the way. And I really like the bloke. That is more of a
Imagine if we come face
year.
To face with him at some sort of press opportunity in Melbourne, and I say, by the way, he reckons you're getting injured. I
know. I was like, I'm all in on the Rams and off of the 49ers, and I'm like, the two teams we're chatting to.
Unbelievable. Also, like, it makes sense. This has been the noisiest team, even noisier than the Dallas Cowboys all off season. Plenty of hype justified. The coaching staff, the talent, the trades, Myles Garrett, all of it, right? upgrading it's not just Miles Garrett. They also upgrade in the secondary as well with Trent McDuffie coming on board. So I will just say, though, some victory laps being taken today by those that championed the Ty Simpson pick after his preseason debut, where he played clean football. Do not get me wrong. But it was a lot of play action, short hits. He made the right decisions. That's great. Hit a couple of intermediate throws. That's great. Lots of wide open, quick outs, dump offs, designed short targets, off play action and rolling out. The people taking a wild victory lap and crowning, people claiming he is the next Stafford, is just. Can we calm down between
it's
that?
Preseason. It's preseason.
I'm going to get to my first pick. Between that and just the reaction to the Ty Simpson thing and the fact that the first practices we saw with Jeremiah Love and the Cardinals looked like the offensive line had never been taught how to play football before.
Yeah.
And then Jeremiah Love takes his first carries and people are like, all ball knowers who know who this looks like. And everyone's saying, yeah, Adrian Peterson. The irony being all these ball knowers kept referring to Adrian Peterson as AP, whereas real ball knowers know that it was AD all day. So, without further ado, my first pick, very predictable here. I'm going with yours, Jimmy, but I not predictable, but it's worthwhile and it makes sense and there's substance to it. Give me the Houston defense. The Houston.
I know the first clip on
there we go. The Houston Texans defense is going to be the stuff.
Give me that Houston D.
The Houston D is going to be the stuff of absolute legends. Returning so much of that ridiculous unit from last season. D'Amico Ryan's obviously the mastermind behind that, still there as head coach. I mentioned Jadeveon Clowney is back on the team that he started it all with. Yep. The fact that he was like a bad Cowboy, awful Cowboys defense's best player last year, and he's like a rotational edge rusher and played really good football last year. Rotational edge rusher and presence and veteran offering there for the Houston Texans. They had your mate.
Half the exciting whites.
Reed.
We have an
half the exciting whites. To shore up the safety room. They've stocked up there. The interior, the defensive line. I think that defense is going to be as good as the Seahawks were last season. I think the Texans defense is going to get thrown in with some ridiculous names like the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, obviously the 85 Bears. We can't talk about defense without the 85 Bears. The Doomsday Dallas Cowboys defense. It's going to go down as one of the most terrifyingly talented, ferocious, hard-hitting, and complete defensive units we've ever seen. I'm all in on that. It is going to be a weekly storyline of who is getting sacrificed to the Houston Texans defense this week.
Love this. I had it as well. We're doing another little podcast which will involve a little pyramid of success.
Yeah.
I won't say where the Texans are on that.
Would you like to earn $500 an hour from home?
But yeah, I mean, they re-signed the right people. They've added stuff. Even Caden McDonald, I like the defensive tackle,
and good reports already from him.
I think they will be the most scariest defense, and to your point, be compared against legendary defenses. I don't want to give too much away. I have some questions on the other side.
Yep.
But I'm all in. I'm all in for this defense.
To quote another social media channel that I've enjoyed this offseason, how many questions did 50 Cent have?
21!
Go on, Jimmy. Back to you with the third pick.
I was going to select something else.
Yeah.
But I'm inspired by your defensive side of the ball.
Not the first time I've inspired you.
I know. You're an inspirational guy. Mm-hmm. I'm going to swing the other way to the offense.
Ooh.
But not in a positive way. I am all in.
Oh, God.
On the Miami Dolphins.
Oh.
Becoming the lowest scoring team since the 2000 Browns.
Oh.
Now, for those that don't know, they average 10.1 points a game. I think I've got high hopes for Miami. I think you guys can reach 10. It's only 0.1 of a difference, but I think you can do it.
Oh, shout out to
you have the enough non-talent to do this. Here's a fun game, Laurie. How many of the wide receivers can you name?
Yep.
Now, you do know ball.
I do. And I was looking at this just before. They do have former Dallas Cowboy Jalen Tolbert.
Yes.
They do have a young man who had a fine little outing and took a couple of beautiful catches, Douglas.
Yeah. Caleb Douglas.
And returning as probably their most known wide receiver, would it be Malik Washington?
Malik Washington is their leading receiver returning. He had 317 yards last season.
Which is 317 more than I had.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
It's...
Tutu Atwell is there as well.
Yep. 152 pounds of him.
Jalen Rigor. Chris Bell.
Yeah, Chris Bell.
Any bells?
He rings bells as size, speed, and hopeful health prospect.
Look,
coming out of college, but yeah, it's grim.
It's
the first preseason highlights that Charlie asked to sit down and watch. I'm like, you sure? He's like, yep, let's watch him.
You may know ball, but your son doesn't know ball if he's asking for the preseason Dolphins.
You know who's...
I'm not watching season Dolphins. I'm not watching them during this. I will for the show, but I'm not watching preseason.
We bring them up different in the Horesh household. I will say this is exactly where managing editor of ESPN's Australia, Stu Randall, hoped the show would start.
Yeah, sorry. I want to shout out Stu. I love him. He's a great man.
He signs off on our little production here.
I don't even know if I've signed a contract with this season yet. This episode may never see the light of day, and I may not even make the season.
Let's call it training camp.
Yeah. Look, I will say Devon Achan I like.
Yeah.
But I do fear... I think he's the star on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I like for his life.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like an injury to him, it goes really bad really quick.
No, I agree.
I like Malik Willis, but to the point of who is he throwing to? Yeah. There's no one there. Again, I didn't put him down to the worst. Some of the worst, 1977 Buccaneers, 7.4 points a game. Ooh. 1974 Falcons, 7.9 points a game. 1992 Seahawks, 8.8. Then it's the Browns. I just fear. Again, Achan could have a great season. He also is injury. I hate saying injury prone about players. I do love seeing...
He spent some time in the training room.
Yeah, you and I have said this many times as well. And Stafford is a bit of a joke to last season because I said he would get injured and he didn't. Prove me wrong. Good on him. But again, you and I are in the camp of I hate seeing anyone injured. It doesn't even matter if it's my fiercest rival. Mm-hmm. I want the best football on screens. Yep. So again, I do worry about them though. Again, if Achan's out, it's pretty grim.
It's an offense that's barely half built. The wide receiver room needs a ton of, no disrespect to those guys, but it needs a ton of work and development. Then they don't overawe you at the tight end position. Offensive line has a chance to be average to average plus if all things go their way, but it's not one that overawes you. And I mean, Malik Willis is there, and I think his running ability will hopefully keep pass rushers kind of at least in two minds to give some time. But it's a tough one to look at. All right, with the 4th overall pick, you mentioned this team. I wasn't sure if I was going to go them with my 2nd overall pick or another one, but while we're on offenses that are going to get ugly.
Hey, I like this.
The Cleveland Browns are going to trot out one of the worst, most wasteful quarterback rooms in NFL history.
Okay.
Between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. They've tried to address the offensive line and retool with some of the investment they made in the offseason. I really love what they've got going on with their young wide receivers. Denzel Boston looks every bit the big body god at 6'4". Let me go get that X receiver.
Yeah.
Casey Concepcion, amazing name, beautiful balance with the explosiveness and the fluidity he has. That's such a fun duo to just inject into this offense for years going forward. Fannin last year was a breakout at tight end position. Quinton Judkins, if healthy and all things are responsibly being handled in all aspects of him as a professional, a talented running back. But everything I've seen coming out of camp, not just the interceptions, but it's ugly watching. And the fact that they came out of yesterday...
Can we not mention camp interceptions?
and teams posting the videos?
Posting it?
Woo! But
I know how good Quinton is. I don't need to see that clip. Whoever's doing the Philly socials,
you're gonna
keep it to yourself.
You can post interceptions from your QB1, but it's understand the context. So maybe over the middle from Jalen Hurts.
Touchy subject over the middle. Just don't post that one. Don't post it. Sorry.
But it's like the fact that they came out of yesterday. I watched Deshaun Watson and was not impressed by what we saw there, but they came out of that game and there were some people trying to turn around glowing reports of Deshaun Watson's return. I mean, I never like to say putting aside everything off the field, but just looking on the field and on the tape. If you are coming away from anything from training camp through previous years that we've seen him on the football field with any idea other than this guy should not be close to a starting quarterback, if on a roster, I've got absolutely no help I can provide you at this point, but Yeah, I think they're going to trot out something truly horrendous. And you know what's tough? Even with the Myles Garrett trade, that defense has so much talent.
Yeah.
Like
there's
at
a lot of it.
every single level. Like Carson Schwarzenegger, unbelievable storyline as a defensive rookie last year. Like there is so much talent to be had at and good storylines. Jared Verse is a hell of a football player that they got in that Myles Garrett trade. But I think it is going to be entirely wasted, and it is going to be infuriating to watch what they trot out at quarterback. However, I also think it makes them an awesome landing spot for a quarterback next year. And I know we said this about Cleveland before, but with what they've put together,
It's the hope that
at
kills
the
you.
skill, it is at the skill positions with I think some reinvestment in the offensive line and ideally getting that back to a decent plus unit. I think it is a great landing spot for a young quarterback in 2027. It's just going to be an ugly road to get there, and unfortunately, the rest of that roster might be a little too good for them to land at that pristine top pick to get exactly who they want.
All right, I'm gonna again. I just love what you're giving out. I love what you're putting on. I've missed this back and forth.
I missed you too.
I'm gonna stay with a quarterback
With
You
the
said-
not fifth pick.
Yeah, with the not fifth pick. You've gone a terrible situation.
Yeah,
for quarterbacks.
yeah.
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna give you the MVP for the season.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Absolutely. Let it fly.
So obviously the MVP can only be a quarterback.
Yes, yeah. Despite my championing of Myles Garrett making history last year. Yep.
I am with you on that. I feel like we need to somehow look at other positions with a bit more love. But look, it's going to be a quarterback, and it's going to be Justin Herbert.
Way there it goes. At some point, because you are a member, whether you like it or not, of the NFL media at this point, you've been credentialed.
Yep.
The NFL literati will never stop suckling at the Chargers
Teat?
power cord,
What does the Charger have?
wall socket, whatever it is.
What is it?
We cannot quit. And I, the only reason they're not on my board is because I had to responsibly, like I wanted to put the Mike McDaniel Chargers and Herbert on this thing. Like I want pizza on a Sunday night, and I just no. Hands away.
I was the opposite. I've ordered 2 pizzas. I've ordered 2 Chargers.
And some dippers.
And wings.
Oh.
I am. And then you know what happened?
And then you got the option to bundle your order for the same delivery fee.
Yeah, and I've got 2 like Cokes.
Yeah.
Pepsi Max.
Maybe some Messina.
Yeah, and when this goes live, I'm going to be sitting there now with the full belly going, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. But look, I
know.
I want the promise. I want the flowing locks to come to fruition.
I know.
Obviously, Mike McDaniel's there.
Slater and Alter healthy today.
Yeah.
Touchwood.
Obviously, yes, so much. I mean, Joel, you and I are massive fans of.
Oh, yeah.
They had so many injuries, obviously, to that offensive line.
They always do.
And they do. And that's why I'm like, I am in the camp of everyone will be healthy. So he'll have protection. And then, obviously, Mike Daniel will do his thing. And we said this. I would have had him. I was praying and begging last season constantly for him to come over to the Eagles and be our offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And he went, no way. Have you seen that guy throw over the middle?
I really like the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Throw a dig, Jalen. I dare you throw a dig.
I this is one of those things as well, I think, to your point of like historically when we look at it and go, don't do it. It's like you ever like I don't ever cook anything on like the stove and you know it's still hot and you go, don't touch it, but part of me just goes, I just want to see I want to see how hot it is.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like this is.
There are 2 offensive lines that I am just at show me before I believe anything status with them for kind of 2 different reasons. The Chargers, I know the talent's there.
Yeah.
But show me that you can be healthy before I can buy it. I just can't do it anymore. I want this team to come to fruition. I want the image to be fulfilled, the vision to be fulfilled. The other one is the Giants, not from a health standpoint, but more from we promise we've invested this time. It's going to be better. It's going to be better. I'll believe it when it's actually better.
That preseason where Jackson just gets
Tyron Tracy on the blitz pickup, and I hate to say it. We want to celebrate the best things in Australian product in the NFL.
Yeah.
But Daniel Farley not making any friends out of the Giants faithful. Harbaugh took him over from the Ravens. The Ravens fans were not a big fan, and he had a nasty whiff in the preseason game yesterday or over the weekend. So, that's where I look. I'm Marion Hampton. Want to draft him in fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, just Lad McConkey featured.
I was so high on him last year in all my 12 fantasies.
I want to.
I'm not doing 12 fantasies.
I love it. I am being... You've just said, hey, Loz, how about we go get, like, all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue and then have a great little Sunday session and see where the evening takes us. And it sounds great, and I know it will be a fun time, but I'm just being responsible.
I think this is the classic thing of like, and why this show works. You're the glass half empty, and I'm the glass half full.
Half full of something. All right. After pick,
tequila.
definitely not 5. Here comes pick 6.
Yeah.
You want to know who the hottest tight end in the NFL will be at the end of 2026 season?
Is it in scoring or just looks?
Just everything.
Okay.
Is it Trey McBride?
But he can score touchdowns now.
Is it Brock Bowers? Close. The Colston Loveland takeover is going to be real.
I'm all in.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be thunderous.
I'm buying tickets.
It's just like DJ Moore, his target share is obviously there. He moves on in the trade to Buffalo. You've got the lot of heat around Luther Burden's name. Unfortunately, he's a bit banged up. Hopefully back healthy as possible for week 1.
Yeah.
Roma Dunze's obviously there, etc. But I think the drumbeat through camp is just he's been elite every single day.
Yeah.
Just a consistent deliverer of matchup nightmares for the defense, a demon on offense, a skill position talent that every team would love to have. I think that he is going to launch himself into whatever you want, whether it's this 101 ranking, the NFL 100, which I have serious questions about. The great, I love some of the rankings we do where the executives weigh in on the best tight ends, top 10, best wide receivers, best edge rushers. I think Colston Loveland is going to plant himself in the one spot. I know just McBride is awesome. Brock Bowers is awesome. There's a bunch of great Kittle. No disrespect meant, but I think what we're going to see from Loveland is going to be an absolute weekly delight.
And I think I really liked him coming out of Michigan. I was really high on him.
Yep. Underrated blocker, I thought. Very flash as a receiver.
Because, I think a lot of people went at him as like he could be this receiver. Then I think it was like the tattoos, the body type, very athletic. So people looked at him as like this sexy sort of receiver. And I'm like very underrated on the block side of the ball. And again, I think it was very crowded, with that offense that the Bears had and figuring it out as well.
Tyler Warren got off to such a rapid start with that Colts team that owned the first half of the season.
Yeah. So but I think, and there's always those players, maybe don't catch us by surprise, but that second year they just huge kick on.
Yeah.
Not that he was bad by any means.
But it was a second half of the season from him. Yeah. Where he started running away from things literally on the field as well.
Because it was like Tyler Warren for that first half and then it completely,
all right,
the other way.
With the 7th pick, with your 4th pick, Jimmy,
my 4th pick.
What narrative are you believing in? What drum beat are you really feeling the rhythm of the night to? As you scroll, as you wonder whether you can possibly go toe-to-toe.
I am all in.
Uh-huh.
I am all in.
Scrolling.
I don't know. I've got so many good takes or good bad takes. I am all in.
Okay.
On Tua winning comeback player of the year.
Oh, my God.
And ruining the Atlanta Falcons' plans. So let me hear this out. I think he will be...
Let me hear this out. Are you convincing yourself?
I'm going to talk myself through this again and remember what I've written down. So look, I think he's going to play really well. Kevin Stefanski's offense. I think he wins comeback player of the year. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're a great team. Yeah. But I don't think they're a bad team. I think they're one of those middle of the roads, maybe kind of pushing for a playoff spot, for a wild card spot. Yeah. But I think it ruins what they had. I think he plays well enough for them to go, well, what are we doing with Penix? So suddenly they've got this double quarterback thing again. And then also they're not awful. They haven't bottomed out, so they're not getting another talented player somewhere there. I just think he completely and utterly, but they're not a playoff team. Maybe they're frisky enough just to get there, but I think they end up falling short.
You think he pushes them into like 8 and 9 territory?
Yeah. And it just really messes everything up.
Well, and they say 2 lefts don't make a right.
Yeah.
With Penix and Tua there. I think everyone gets caught up with like Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. I don't love what's behind at particularly the wide receiver spot. And I wonder if that's an alert coming through that Loz, you're absolutely right on here. Offensive line is solid. They've got some really, really good talent on there. I get scared that if they lock down Drake London, are we going to start to see panicky Tua again?
My thing is,
and I think that's Falcons. I don't know whether that's Falcons fans' hopes or not for what comes in 2027 and what draft asset they can get.
But I have seen, and again, I don't know what Tua we're getting. we want a non-concussed version, obviously.
Yep.
All jokes aside.
No.
Because it obviously
Healthy.
takes... Yeah, healthy, right?
Yeah.
And I do...
Oh, we just saw Luke Kuechly enshrined in the Hall of Fame, and how much we would have loved to have seen 6 more years of Luke Kuechly.
Again, his apex was so good, like the top of the top. But again, it was such a, shooting star.
Absolutely.
I do think I've seen enough of him to make these, I guess, quicker throws. Just
to move his wheelhouse.
Yeah, to move the offense.
Yeah.
Not make these panicked, something downfield, picked, whatever. I think, but again, I think, Stefanski can do that. But to the point of you're making, I think there's enough sort of talent there that you can get through that and you can do that and make those progressions. But then are you going to be great? Like, again, to that point of, like, I don't think there's that depth out there, wide receiver and whatever. And it's like, again, I think they will be this thing where it's like there's a bit of hope and there's a bit of whatever. And then they get to the end of the season and they go, what is this?
Yeah.
We're not great and we're not bad.
It's going to get cold in the shadow of Tyler Sharp.
And he's doing enough. But he's doing enough to keep, like, Penix obviously out injured, but he'll come back at some point. Yeah. But then I think he does enough to then, like, well, we don't need Penix to come back now because we've seen this little bit.
You have painted quite the enthralling season for Falcons
Sorry,
fans.
Falcons.
All right.
Ooh.
Pick number 8.
Yeah.
I'm allowing myself to feel again. You know how sometimes I can
You turn it off.
I get cynical and I can really turn off the heart when it comes
you break the washer. You turn the tap off so much.
Yeah. I'm turning it on, and I'm allowing myself to feel, and I'm allowing myself to hope, and I'm allowing myself to believe that your old friend and my new friend, Christian Parker, will oversee a top half of the league defense from 32nd to top 16 with the Dallas Cowboys. The remodel has been significant. Lots of new names. Built stronger up front. We mentioned Von Miller's turned up, but Rashawn Gary's had a nice camp. You've got Quinton Williams, now paid at $35+ million a year. Kenny Clark next to him.
You had my favourite player from the draft, who I said may not end up being the best player, but is the best player right now. NFL ready, coach on the field.
Caleb Downs, baby. You got Caleb Downs there next to Jalen Thompson. You've reinvented the safety, or Caleb Downs also playing some nickel in that role as well. You've seen a resurgence in training camp form from Savon Ravel. Deron Bland is healthier than he has been. It's a linebacker is still a big question mark, although there's a lot of love for Jayshawn Barham, who is just an absolute wrecking machine at linebacker. Whether he comes on and grabs a starting role at some point in his rookie season, we'll see about DeMarvion Overshone. But I think that Christian Parker, what we've seen from the Cowboys defensive camp is far better than has been in its training camp. Far more promising than it's been in recent years. I was at Cowboys camp last year when they had joint practice with the Rams, and that defense was not putting up a lick of resistance.
Yeah.
So if that is anything to measure by, there is a bit more depth. There's a more cohesive plan. The play caller has been massively upgraded from Matt Eberflus. I think I'm allowing myself to feel and believe that Christian Parker is going to lead a 16-spot at least revival in the Cowboys' defensive rankings. And look, if the Cowboys can have a top 10 offense and a top half of the league defense, Cowboys can have a top 5 offense, a top half of the league defense, it's actually a team making some noise. Are they Super Bowl champions? Are they Super Bowl contenders? I'm not going to go there yet, but hey, look, as we know, we've seen Monday to Friday, you can certainly find it across studio shows. But I think that is one I'm actually allowing myself to believe and feel and get on board with, is the Christian Parker revolution in Dallas is real, and that we actually have competent defense coming out of Dallas this season.
Yeah, I can't really argue. I mean, the Eagles fan in me does, but the NFL ESPN employee that sits next to you to do a non-biased show agrees. I'm really conflicted right now. Christian Parker, I was so filthy, obviously. Yeah. I'm excited for him, 34 years old.
Yeah.
We just talked about Von Miller at 37.
Yeah.
As a playing option. Youngest, I think, defensive coordinator you've ever had.
The Cowboys have specifically gone after like ex-head coaches of a seasoned variety.
Yeah.
Over and over and over. I think the last like pure defensive coordinator that they went with was maybe Monty Kiffin or Rob Ryan.
Yeah.
And that is a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, and anyone you talk to in the Eagles organization, especially on the defensive side of the ball, love him. Like, just an absolute
His
weapon.
ability to connect with players and
Yeah.
teach, particularly those. Look, anybody who watched Cowboys DBs last year, that was grim. His ability to teach and connect with the talent and the strengths of young players and get them understanding the scheme. Far cry from last year where we were looking at Trayvon Diggs getting smoked on flea flickers and looking around, wondering why he didn't have any safety help over the top.
Yeah.
I think there is actual substance in that. Your last pick, Jimmy.
Last
Narratives
pick.
you are believing in our draft to round out your 5. I've got one sitting here. I haven't had to go off the top 5 yet. I wonder if you'll steal this one from me, but I've got my 5th one sitting there locked and loaded.
Again, like you,
Scrolling,
because I've got so many, and some of them are just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I may be going off. This is more of a team take. It's not a defensive side like
That's
yours.
fine.
But I am inspired by their hire at the defensive side of the ball, their defensive coordinator.
Talk to me.
Jim Leonard.
Yeah.
I'm all in on the Bills.
Mm.
I don't want to hurt Bills fans here, because I can see them making a Super Bowl.
Bills fans have been hurt enough.
Yeah, and I don't want to say I can see them making Super Bowl when I said the Rams win it earlier, and I go, you're going to make one and lose one, because
They might have felt that before.
Yeah. But I will say I'm all in on the Bills.
All right.
As a team, I think
he was the belle of the defensive coordinator ball in the Christian Parker, fantastic. Stoked the Cowboys got him, but the biggest top headline that people were talking about was Leonard.
Yeah, I just think he really I love Josh Allen. I think he at times gets criticised unfairly for the amount of talent that he has, and I know that he hasn't won. But I just think, if you went through, I don't know, all the teams and you asked, would you rather have your quarterback or Josh Allen, very few would be saying no. He is that good. And again, shoring up that defensive side of the ball.
A fresh voice as well. Sean McDermott had been there for a while. Clearly things...
Joe Brady is. Yeah, I think, new head coach, new offensive corner. I think the changes that they made are good. DJ Moore, I think they needed more than that. No offense to DJ Moore, but I think something else there does help. But Josh Allen is still the reason to believe.
Well, let me interrupt you right there, actually.
Yeah.
Let me interrupt you right there. Because with the final pick in our draft, the besmirchery and besmudgery of DJ Moore has gone too far.
Okay.
DJ Moore's chemistry. You want to talk about criticism of Josh Allen? Lots of attention about Josh Allen and his partners.
Yep.
Or partner. Hey, Steinfeld, huge.
Yeah.
Huge star.
Pregnant. They had a kid.
Mazel tov. But Haley Steinfeld is not the partner I'm talking about.
What's
DJ Moore is.
Yep.
I think DJ Moore is going to have a massive season.
Okay, I like this.
DJ Moore has never, for a lot of people, has not been the sexiest wide receiver for whatever reason. Maybe because of college he went to, didn't go to a big, massive school, was very versatile in how he was used. The early returns, the talk in training camp that Joe Brady wishing that there was actually a little more to work on with those two because they clicked so quickly. But one thing that set me over the edge, and maybe this is me putting my football, studious ways down for a second and just going vibes based and being influenced. DJ Moore catching a pass yesterday, crossing the field in open space, looking for a DB right down the camera and saying, bring it on, like he was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the early 2000s, giving it the old just bring it mid-carry, yards after the catch, telling the DB to come get some. I'm all in on that. DJ Moore has heard how he was an overpay, how he was... We're seeing a Ewing theory in the Bears with him cleared out. I think the disrespect towards DJ Moore has gone... There was last year where people questioned whether he quit on a play when it was because he had an injury and had to limp off the field.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, oh, look at him just checking on out. The disrespect has gone too far. I think I was too late getting on board with what Stephon Diggs would do, melding with a young Josh Allen when he arrived in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Now, Josh Allen is a better quarterback than he was back then. DJ Moore is not in the youth prime that Stephon Diggs was when he arrived in Buffalo, but I'm not missing out this time. I think you're going to see a clear wide receiver one. I think you're going to see DJ Moore clear 1,250 yards. I think he'll push double-digit touchdowns. And I think all the crowing about how he cost way too much in the trade and, oh my God, they were just going to cut him. This is ridiculous. No one was going to give up anything close to this. I think it will start to look completely stupid. And I think that DJ Moore is going to have an ultimate FU season. It started in training camp. It carried on with telling someone mid-play to come get some. And he's going to remind the entire league what a fascinating and versatile and impactful explosive weapon he can be. Josh Allen, Brady, DJ Moore, book it.
I completely agree. My bit of saying they needed more was not a slot on him. I just feel like to that point of I feel like they always go after this one sort of receiver. I don't know how the depth is.
No, it's Khalil Shakir. Yeah. No, I hear you on that. They've never loaded up. Having Keon Coleman there. Yeah. You've never loaded him up with a George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb situation, or a T. Higgins, Jamar Chase situation, or Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. There's a number of. It's never been a double feature.
That's what I mean. And I, to your point, I've actually, I know we're going to try and do some fantasy stuff down the track as well before the season. I think he's going to be huge in fantasy and a very underrated thing. And I think great signing. Again, I was just more around. And again, it's hard though. They're not playing fantasy.
Yeah,
they can't just go and grab all these different players. So I think that's good. And I also want to say Bradley Chubb on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Super quiet.
Yeah.
Maybe what they get from Bradley Chubb on the defensive side of things is more what they hoped they were going to get from Von Miller over a longer period. You got the former blue chip, high end, also came from the Denver Broncos at some point, pass rusher, a veteran presence, but hopefully health for Bradley Chubb because I think so much of his career has been taken away. I know Dolphins fans will certainly feel like that with the amount of time he spent out of the field, but I think, look, little Bills love to close on out.
Yeah, and they deserve it.
And
how long's it been since they won? 1960? That's off the top of the dome. I could be wrong.
The Four Falls of Buffalo is one of the great docos to ever go and watch. But I think the Bills are a fascinating one because they cannot get away from the feeling last season that they let something go through. They let something slip. The fact that the rest of Josh's counterparts in Mahomes, Burrow, and Lamar didn't make the party in the AFC, and he still couldn't get it done.
I think it's funny. I've been thinking about it as well, and it's before the AFL-NFL merger, so it's the 1964-1965.
There you go. More than 60 years.
Yeah, no. Them in England. It's coming home.
Wow.
Just going to dig into England while I'm here.
Why?
No, I was thinking about it as well, because obviously the Bo Nix injury, and I think all of us sort of collectively were a bit we wanted to see the Bills go through because we wanted a better sort of game.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stidham, though. But I think, considering all that and the Lamar stuff missing out and Mahomes injury, stuff you're mentioning, I think that's actually more motivation.
Yeah.
Because in a way, it's there was this narrative around you should have done more giving that gap. And it's I'll show you more given it. I think it could really, and again, with the different head coach, different coaching changes and stuff, I'm really all in. They're a fan base I love. I love guys that jump through tables.
Sure. Dudley Boys, 3D.
Yeah, I've been to a game with you guys as a Philly fan. Obviously, Insane People Love Company. What does it say?
I think it's Misery Loves Company, but sure.
Not Insanity Loves Company?
Sunday Insanity Loves Company.
Yeah, we just love some insanity. But I'm all in, and I really do. I hope they have some success. And I like Josh Allen. I don't like those new jerseys or whatever they were called.
Yeah.
And Josh trying to defend them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I like his.
Yeah, very grey.
What was it called? They called it something for the city. I've never even heard of that.
It's just, it was, that I didn't, yes, I think the off-the-field stuff, not in any kind of controversial way, but the jersey, the stadium getting some mixed reviews.
Yeah, there's apparently
some interesting vantage points.
Yeah, you can't see or something.
Got to watch out for those restricted views. Certainly haven't been getting DMs about that with any relevant games coming up. But Jimmy, it has been delightful to hop back behind the microphone. This is effectively, those wanting to know, this is effectively part one of our season return. This was bringing you back, letting you know the narratives that are absolute nonsense.
Can I recap the draft?
You certainly can recap the draft with your. Give me your side of narratives, and then give me my side of narratives.
Maybe we can put these up. Who has the better?
I think the draft will have to go up.
All right, mine.
You're believing in
the Rams. I'm all in on the Rams.
Sure.
And then winning the Super Bowl at SoFi.
Stunning.
I'm all in on Miami's offense being very bad.
So far, controversial.
I'm all in on Justin Herbert as the MVP.
You are one of us.
Falcons, middle of the road. Extremely frustrating. Maybe, potentially, a Tua comeback player of the year. And I'm all in on the Bills. Yours are?
Yeah.
Texan defense, good. Miami offense, bad. No, that's mine. Texan defense, good. Cleveland Browns quarterback, stink.
Just the worst ever.
Colson Loveland is sexy.
Oh, very.
Cowboys got a top, I said 10 defense. Is that what you said?
I said top half of the league, but you can throw top 10 there.
Top
Why
10
not?
defense and DJ Moore getting his flowers.
I think I might have gone slightly more out on a limb than you on this one.
Yeah.
Maybe just a touch.
I might have pissed some people off along the way as
Well, what else is new? But look, this is the first chapter of our Welcome Back. The next one coming up is the Pyramid of Success in the NFL world. You have to tune in to figure out.
What is it? Well, if you transfer me, I mean, $50.
But until then, it is great to be back. You make sure you follow Jimmy Smith on all social handles, which sound like...
Yeah, I got James Basil Smith and Jimmy Smith there. I got multiple accounts, baby.
And neither of them are catfishing you.
No, they're real.
And you can find me variously at Laurie Horesh, but on ESPN at Loz Talks Ball, at Instagram, sorry. On Instagram at Loz Talks Ball. Look, it's going to be a hell of a season. It's going to be a historic season for NFL in this country.
It was fun. It's good to be back.
It's so good to be back. We loved you. We missed you. We cannot wait to see you again. Same time, same place, same Stone Cold channel. Until then, football's back, baby.
Go Birds!